Wow, guys, look at that score. Game 3 was an absolute blowout. But why wasn't this the case in the first two games? In today's video, we are going to be going over how the Warriors were able to dismantle the Kings in Game 3. First things first, the odds were not in the Warriors' favor considering they were going into this game without two of their best defenders, those being Draymond Green and Gary Payton II. Now this was a must-win game for the Warriors because if they were to lose, they would be down 0-3. And if you know a little about basketball, there has never been a successful comeback from a 3-0 deficit. So the Warriors had no other choice but to let it all out on the court, and that's exactly what they did. And it all started with the greatest shooter of all time, the man they call Steph Curry. As Draymond Green put it, it was like watching a master at work.
What we watched Steph Curry do last night was just a master at work.
And that's exactly what it was. Curry was simply doing whatever he wanted. Take a look at this clip. Here's Steph Curry being guarded by Malik Monk. Wiggins comes over to set a screen so Curry can get the switch with Keegan Murray. Now that he has the switch, it's time for some, as Shaq would say, barbecue chicken. Curry also had his fair share of gut-wrenching threes like this, and this. But I'm not here to say that Curry was the only one doing great things out there, because the Iron Man Kevon Looney was a rebounding monster in this game. As a team, the Warriors had a total of 18 offensive rebounds, and guess how many of those were Looney's? 9. Yes, you heard me right, 9. Half of the team's offensive rebounds was Looney alone. These rebounds were an illustration of Kevon Looney's want to win. 9 offensive rebounds provided 9 extra shots, and when you're kicking it back out to Steph Curry, well, it's not exactly the worst thing in the world. And these weren't all just fall in your lap easy boards. No, Looney was fighting for those things. Now that we got the two MVPs of this game out of the way, let's talk about the Warriors' defense. In Game 1, De'Aaron Fox and Malik Monk combined for 70 points on 77.5% from the field. Literally Kobe and Shaq numbers. And in Game 3, they combined for a measly 30 points on 32% from the field. Steph Curry alone outplayed both of them in Game 3. But I'm not really here to talk about these two guys from Kentucky. Oh no. I'm here to talk about the dude in the middle, Sabonis, the ankle hugger. The Warriors obviously weren't going to stop Sabonis from scoring at all, but they contained him at an elite level. Sabonis had 6 turnovers this game and a plus-minus of -20. Yeah, you heard that right, -20. Oh my goodness. But the way the Warriors contained him exemplified their theme of strength in numbers. On a few occasions, when Sabonis would get the ball inside, the Warriors would swarm this guy and have no mercy. I mean, just look at this.
Love to shoot, gotta go. Sabonis knocked out of his hands.
This defensive strategy worked well considering Sabonis only had 15 points. And would you believe me if I said Jordan Poole, who was playing on a sprained ankle and had a horrible shooting night, scored more points than the all-star big man? Well, you better believe it, because not only did JP outscore Sabonis, but Wiggins dominated the game in a Wiggins-type fashion as well. Wiggins dropped a solid 20 points and 7-board game, very reminiscent of NBA Finals Wiggins. And this list goes on, because the two youngins, Moody and Kuminga, chipped in a solid combined 19 points. Everyone, except for Clay, because that brother needed to start shooting better, stepped up their play in absence of Draymond and GP2. Now, I don't know how many times I'm going to have to say this, but the Warriors struggle with turnovers. A lot. But in Game 3, the Warriors only had 11 turnovers the entire game. 11. Are you serious? That is amazing. This was a major difference maker, along with the fact that the Kings weren't getting an ungodly amount of free throws. Game 3 was a near flawless game by the Warriors. It was the closest we have been to the Warriors basketball that we know in quite some time. I mean, they limited the number 1 rated offensive team in the NBA to less than 100 points in a critical Game 3. They limited their turnovers to only 11. They were hitting their shots, ripping apart the defense on off-ball movement and split actions. Not to mention, they limited their fouling as well. If the Warriors are able to keep up this style of play, they have a huge chance of going deep into the playoffs. Oh yeah, and they're gonna get this dude back next game too. That's all for this video, so if you liked it, please hit subscribe, drop a like on the video, and comment down below who y'all got winning Game 4. Peace.